Balance is one of the few words that I respect but use a lot because it's very difficult to achieve it and it's a constant pursuit. Effort-wise, pretty much, but when it comes to your routine life, there's a constant struggle. When it comes to magic, there doesn't have to be a constant struggle in getting balance. You can come to a conclusion, reach a point of balance or a level of balance, and then continue spellcasting. Your spellcasting doesn't depend on just balance. There are other factors involved, as I'm sure you already know by now. But balance does have a role to play because that stability, that level is required for it to be a success. The first thing that you must remember and always keep in the back of your head is that whenever you are making a move, collecting raw materials, opening your grimoire, checking the information, double checking to see if the spell is being cast at a perfect time, date, etc. You have to realize that there has to be balance in everything. Are you in the right frame of mind? Ask yourself these questions, and these are important questions. Are your vibes strong enough to get you the desired outcome of a spell? Have you the right kind of confidence to see the spell through from start to finish? These are very simple things, but remember, as a newcomer, the more you practice it, the more second skin it becomes. Strike while the iron is hot. Now let me explain. There is no iron that we heat up and then hit it. What we do is only when we touch a level of frequency, a vibrational frequency that gives us the kind of confidence and the balance in our energies, only then do we spellcast. That's one mantra. We are constantly keeping ourselves in check all the time, every time, because you can't just, I know that I say it a lot, but the two things you should take care of in one day, 24 hours, and that's hell of a lot, is check your vibration frequency and check your balance. The moment you lose either or, you're in trouble. You're attracting things you don't want. So that's one mantra, that we are constantly checking ourselves and we're keeping our vibes high, our frequency high. Another mantra that we use in Drakana is we take it a notch down when we are all hyped up. Because when you're excited about a spell, that's great. But when you're overly excited about a spell, you tend to fumble. And that's unacceptable. For 100% success, you have to put in 100% effort. So think about it like that. So these are just some of the mantras. The others I'm not telling you because it's classified, secretive, and we work quietly, in silence, and by ourselves. Confidence and magic and balance in magic, they have to be interlinked. You can't work without being confident or without being balanced. Every time you cast a spell, and forget about casting a spell, when we talk about magic, other than spell casting, there are other kinds of magic. Even when you're practicing a ritual which has to do with some form of magic that you want to work with or work on, you need to be confident that you're not making a mistake. And that only comes if you've practiced it before, or if you've learned it from somewhere reliable, or if you've already tried it once and may want to tweak it. So all that depends on your confidence. When it comes to balance, the way that you handle the spell depends on the balance that you create before and during the spell. Let me tell you, if you have 10 raw materials and you want to use them all in a spell, or you have to use them in a spell, in a ritual, we were not talking about spell, we were talking about rituals. If you have 10 raw materials for a ritual, you have the entire grimoire open in front of you with the entire process of the ritual. The moment you're disbalanced, something will go wrong. Something will and can go wrong. Know this for a fact. But if you have centered yourself, if you are in command and control and in balance, you will be able to get everything in order, put in the right place, go through your ritual, go through the process, and then complete it. So yes, balance and confidence, they are related. They are very heavily dependent on each other. If you're not balanced, you're not confident. And and if you're not confident, there's no point in getting into the occult world, because everything depends on how confident you are, what kind of vibe you display, and what kind of balance. Think of it this way: if you wear a pair of heels and if you're walking around the house, but when you step out, you slip or you, God forbid, sprain your ankle, the reason is not that you didn't practice enough. The reason can also be that you lost balance because you were underconfident. Right? That's the best example I can give you. Very rarely has it happened that a balance has been struck and the spell has not been a success. Very, very rarely. Because although balance is one word, it's linked to a lot of things that come under its umbrella. If you don't have balance, something in the process goes wrong. So, yes, if you manage to balance, strike a balance, then you'll definitely be successful. Unless and until something goes wrong which has nothing to do with the spell. For example, what can I say? If the diagnosis has been wrong, if the root cause lies someplace else, or it is a multiple spell, then that's a different ballgame altogether. But usually, if you've struck a balance, then you'll definitely gain success. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to leave them in the comment section below. Thank you, and see you at Dragayana.